Some leaders mistake fear for respect. When they walk in, rooms go quiet, and people are instantly busy. No one brings them bad news until it's too late. When they show up in a meeting, the temperature cools quickly. They appear completely certain and totally confident. They talk the most, interrupt freely, and turn every disagreement into a test of loyalty or competence. On stage at the all hands, they look like classic strong leaders. Behind closed doors, people strategize around their moods more than around their work. In a word, they dominate. But domination is not strength. Domination is what leadership becomes when fear is running the show in a very expensive suit. In this video, we'll explore the pattern of dominant leadership, the difference between healthy authority and domination as a style, the hidden cost of domination on trust and performance, and 3 practical shifts to move from power over to power with. I'll end with an experiment you can try this week. Hello, I'm Dr. Michael Broomman, Organization Development Psychologist and Leadership Consultant. Welcome to a Leadership and Self-Mastery video. Picture a high-profile CEO in executive meetings. They interrupt, steamroll objections, and use that title as the final argument. When challenged, their tone sharpens, the volume goes up, and the discussion becomes a contest they insist on winning. Over time, people learn. When they ask for input, the safest answer is some version of their idea. Bad ideas should be carefully packaged or delayed. It's better to be quiet than to be on the wrong side of their opinion. This is domination as a leadership style. This is not from a moment of stress, but a recognizable ongoing pattern. On the surface, they look decisive. Underneath, their system is full of nervous energy. People comply with them, but they don't bring their full intelligence or honesty. And it isn't just CEOs. The same dynamic shows up in directors, managers, and team leaders who need to win every discussion. Think of a time you watched someone dominate a meeting. Did you talk more or less? What happened to the quality of ideas in that room? And now a more uncomfortable question. Have you ever noticed yourself pushing to win regardless? Not because the work demanded it, but because you couldn't stand feeling one down. From the outside, domination looks like strength. From the inside, it's armor. Most leaders who lean on domination are protecting something they don't want to feel, such as fear of being exposed as not being as capable as they seem, fear of losing control of the narrative or their team. Maybe it's fear of being sidelined, replaced, or made irrelevant. Could be fear of being ordinary in a culture obsessed with exceptional leaders. If I sing louder than you, if I cut you off before you finish, if I make you hesitate to challenge me, then I never have to feel small, uncertain, or out of control. Domination is a shield. The problem is that shield has a cost. The leader feels powerful but never truly secure. They're always managing impressions instead of being at peace with who they are. Unfortunately, when power is used as protection, it cannot be used as service. And leadership stops being about the work and starts being about the leader. When domination is a leader's default, it reshapes the organization around them. A few of the most common costs. 1. Truth goes underground. People soften their data, delay bad news, and frame information to fit what they think the leader wants. The leader feels in control, but is actually flying half blind. 2. Talent disengages or exits. High capability people don't stay where their ideas are dismissed or appropriated, and when speaking honestly is dangerous. They either go quiet to survive or they leave. What remains is only compliance, not commitment. 3. The focus of energy shifts from the work to the leader. Instead of asking, what does the customer need? People ask, how do I present this so that it doesn't set them off? The organization becomes more about managing the leader's ego than value creation. 4. Fear becomes the climate. Fear can produce short-term obedience, but it cannot produce long-term excellence, creativity, or genuine ownership. The strong leader may look effective in the short term, but over time, their organization becomes more fragile, dishonest, and less capable than it appears. If domination is armor, what does healthy power look like? The goal of the healthy leader isn't to be the opposite of the dominating leader, soft or indecisive. The goal is clear, firm leadership that doesn't depend on keeping others small. Their power, authority, and effectiveness are grounded in building and maintaining an effective organization, not themselves. If you have had a tendency to dominate from time to time, here are 3 shifts you can make. Shift number 1, catch your I must not lose moments. Start by noticing your own body in challenging interactions. Your jaw is tight. The urge to interrupt is so strong. Your voice is getting sharper. You need to have the last word. These are signals that your ego feels threatened. In that moment, pause internally and ask yourself, am I protecting the work right now or my image? You don't have to announce it, but that half second of awareness is what gives you choice. You can still disagree, you can still decide, but you're less likely to dominate just to avoid feeling one down. Shift number 2, replace performance with real curiosity. Dominating leaders take control. Grounded leaders listen to learn. In your next contentious meeting, try asking your people 3 simple questions. What are you seeing that I might be missing? What worries you about this path? If you strongly disagree with me, what would you want to say? Ask one or more of those questions and actually let the answers land. You still hold the decision rights unless you choose to share them. Either way, your decisions will become informed choices, not defended positions. Over time, your team learns, it's safe to bring truth here. It's safe to think. In fact, it's not just safe, they're valued. Shift number 3, own your impact, not just your intentions. Most dominant leaders don't wake up intending to intimidate people. They say and may even think things like, I'm just being direct. We don't have time to sugarcoat. I do care about high standards. Such intentions do matter, but your impact matters even more. Try naming the pattern and inviting feedback. Say something like, when I'm under pressure, I know I can come across as forceful. But if you see me shutting people down instead of considering what they say, I'd value it if you tell me afterwards. And when someone does, treat that as a service, not an attack. That one mood can shift you in your people's minds from unsafe and power-hungry to strong but human. If you have a tendency to dominate, try and experiment this week. Pick one upcoming situation where your dominant side usually shows up. It could be a high-stakes decision meeting, a performance conversation, or conflict with a peer. Before you go in, set a quiet intention. I will be clear and firm, but I will not use domination as my shield. Then in that conversation, notice when you feel the urge to overpower. Take a deep breath before responding and ask one genuine question you would not usually ask. Let someone else finish their thought fully, even if you disagree. Afterward, ask yourself what changed in the tone of interaction. What did you learn that you might have missed before? How did it feel to lead without that extra layer of force? That's how patterns shift, one interaction at a time. In closing, the dominant leader is not an exotic creature. They're a magnified version of a pattern that lives in many of us. But leadership is not about proving you're larger than everyone else. It's about creating conditions where the intelligence, courage, and creativity of everyone around you can surface. Your power as a leader is not measured by how many people you can keep beneath you. It is measured by how many people become more capable, more honest, and more fully themselves in your presence. If this was useful, share it with another leader who might be tired of performing strength and ready to practice the real thing. And keep paying attention to the one human system you can actually transform all by yourself. And that's yourself. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. See you next time.